All right, I'm gonna kick things off, get things started. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you're tuning in from today. My name is Jesse Hook. I'm the Vice President of Operations here at SignAgent. I just wanted to say thanks for joining. Welcome to our webinar. We're doing an introduction to the SignAgent referral program. Today's webinar is going to be hosted by Alex Keene, who heads up our customer success department and runs our new referral program. So Alex has been with SignAgent for about a year and a half now, and he's been passionately helping all of our SignAgent users, both new and old, get the most out of the SignAgent platform and all of its features. Some fun facts about Alex: besides hosting webinars and helping people succeed, he also has put together and recorded almost all of our support and training videos himself. He's currently residing in the bustling metropolis of Regina, Saskatchewan, and he's actually 6'5". It's hard to tell on Zoom, but he is taller than you think. If you've done anything with SignAgent at all, odds are you're already familiar with Alex and his dulcet tones. So I'll just cover a couple of housekeeping items and then I'll pass it off to him so we can get things started. Firstly, this webinar is being recorded. You should have gotten a notification. So if you need to step out for a minute, the recording will be sent out to everyone later. So don't worry too much about that. We're aiming for this webinar to go for about half an hour, including questions. So we're aiming to finish at about half past. Secondly, if you do have any questions during the webinar, feel free to send them through the Q&A function or through the chat at any point. I'll be monitoring this throughout the webinar, and Alex will be on hand at the end to answer any questions you might have. If you want any more information about SignAgent in general or the referral program, you can feel free to email alex@signagent.com, and he'll be more than happy to chat further with you about that. Finally, if you guys have any ideas for future webinars, or if you'd like to be in one of our future webinars, we're always looking for ideas and for inputs. You can send that to Alex as well. All right, that's enough talking for me. I'm going to hand it off to Alex for an introduction to the SignAgent referral program.
Excellent. Thanks, Jesse. All right. So thanks to everyone for joining today. What we're going to be talking about is, as Jesse mentioned, the referral program, but we'll be going specifically through the basics of it, how it can benefit you, as well as what makes a good referral lead and someone that's likely to succeed in this program. We'll do a quick walkthrough, just going through how easy it is to work with this program. And then we're going to end things off with some questions, as well as next steps if you're interested in getting involved. So what is the program? Basically, a lot of our happiest users come directly from word of mouth and natural introductions. So this could be design firms working with facilities who are already using SignAgent, or it could be fabricators whose installation goes really smoothly with the mobile app, and they become interested that way. And then also facilities who loved the review function and then just got more and more interested until they ended up managing their whole organization through SignAgent. And so what this program is really a way for us to say thank you for those introductions that you've made on our behalf, as well as to encourage more of that moving forward. So we want to encourage collaboration within SignAgent so that you, the people that you work with, as well as your major clients, are all working out of the same environment and getting the benefit of working from each other's work and not having to do a lot of repetition. So what we're going to try and do is take advantage of all of the effort that you've put into projects and extend the value of them. So the way this works is essentially 3 steps. You would send us contact information for a client or a partner company. Then we follow up with them. And if they purchase a SignAgent license, then for the next year, you receive a portion of the value of that license. So let's talk about what that does for you and your team. There's a couple of different values. The easy one to start off with is money. As I mentioned, we get a discount applied to your licensing fees. We start with this at 15% of the value of the client that you refer to us for the first year. It gets discounted from what you pay for a license. However, if you ever end up exceeding the value that you pay, then we just send you a check every quarter, and it's a pretty easy way to do things. So not only are you going to be getting more from the project, but your clients are too. What we're really hoping to drive here is that you're not just handing over a package to a client, right? When you hand over a large sign package, it starts degrading over time because it's not necessarily staying accurate. By the time their next refresh rolls around, there's a good chance that they'll have no idea what's on the wall, and we have to start this whole process over again. And so having your clients in SignAgent helps set the foundation of a management tool that you've done all this work for already. So it really helps them reap the benefits and get to maintain that for the future. So in addition to that, by bringing your clients into the system, it doesn't just make your client happy. What we've been finding with the people that we've piloted this program with is that it improves your stickiness with your client long-term. There's a couple of really big barriers to entry for anyone else trying to come in and do this work instead of you, right? They're using SignAgent. It's great. It's easy for them. And it's also easy for them to bring you back in to collaborate. So you're working with up-to-date data every time that you come back into the system. We're not starting from scratch. And so it's really easy to start new jobs with these clients. Finally, we also, or you also have all of the original artwork files, which makes it faster and easier for you to do the work and makes it easier to come to you compared to any of your competition. So what we're hoping is that everyone wins with this program. You get a discount, you get a happy customer, and it makes you the best and easiest choice for any future work. And we've got more folks in the program using SignAgent. So that's the overview. We can send you certainly more information. And at the end of this, I'll talk about how to receive, some of the details of this program. We're just going over the high level stuff for today. So what makes that good referral partner? What are we looking for? And where have we had, again, when we were beta testing this program, where have we had people succeed? So the easy starting point is any companies that you work with regularly. This could be designers, fabricators, installers, surveyors, basically anyone where it's useful for you to share data back and forth. They might have a use for SignAgent, and they've already probably been exposed to it. They've likely seen it, or at least the outputs from SignAgent, and so have some familiarity. As an example, we had a fabricator who signed up with us after seeing plans from 3 different design firms that all looked kind of the same, and they thought, that there might be something to this, and that's the introduction that they got to SignAgent when they reached out. So when it comes to your clients, though, there's 3 things that we really look for them to have. Now, they don't need to have all of these, but they're just helpful indicators that this might be an organization that could either benefit from or have an interest in SignAgent. So the first is that we want them to have, obviously, like a large volume of signs. There has to be a lot of signage with duplication so that the automation features are really beneficial for them. We want them also to have that high turnover in content, specifically if things remain static and they don't often do changes. We aren't providing necessarily that benefit from a live managed database. Finally, it's great if they have dedicated wayfinding staff. The reason is that we basically want to make someone's life easier in that organization. And so if wayfinding is a pretty small percentage of someone's job, they may not have as much interest, and they may not be able to recognize the value that the tool brings to their system when it's collaborating with you. So as an example, for someone that may not work like a transportation organization where they're managing a large number of highway signs, might not get enough value from the program. They've got a lot of signs, but they don't change very often and they're very standardized. So, our automated artwork doesn't do as much for them. But listed at the top there, we have a list of different kinds of organizations that have had success and are really happy with the program. So that's hospitals, stadiums, large residential management companies, all the way down to large retail companies. So hopefully, reading that list sparks some thoughts about clients that you might have that could benefit from this as well. So That's all great. We know what makes a good referral client, but how much time and what is involved in you actually doing this? It takes about 10 minutes of your time. We use a program that is called Keyflow. Now, Keyflow is a really simple program that basically lets us track your leads. So it lets us receive contact information from you and then follow up with your clients. Now, the thing that we want to emphasize about this is the last thing that we want to do is not respect the relationship that you have with your customer. And so there's multiple ways that we can handle this and do handle it for different people that have been using this program for a little while. The simplest version is you basically hand over the contact information and maybe a warm handoff to that person introducing us, and then let our sales team run with the process. If, however, you want to do this as more of a partnership, we can absolutely do that, where instead of our sales team running things, you are working with your client to bring them into SignAgent, and we're providing the resources and support to make that easy for you. As another aside for that, when it comes to controlling the relationship, we really want to give you power over how this looks. And so that means things like for any future services, like, for example, surveying. If you want that to come to you, we will always deflect from our surveying teams over to your company for anyone that you have submitted as a lead to us, right? We want to be supporting you in this, not necessarily taking over that relationship. So now that we've got that established, the other things that Keyflow is going to let us do is you can track those leads. If you've just handed them over to us, you can basically go into our system and take a look at where they are in our sales process, as well as monitor any payouts for those leads once they've closed. So with that being the case, let's actually dive into what that process looks like. I'm going to pull up Keyflow here. So once you log in, this is what you see. And we wanted to do this live in this demonstration, just so you can see how easy it is to work with this process. So you basically log into the system, and there's the option to submit a lead. From here, we're going to put in all of the information to contact that person. Now, we do an individual contact rather than just mentioning the whole organization, because we found that we have a lot more success when we're reaching out to a specific person rather than kind of trying to hit everybody within the organization. So we're going to put in some test information here. All right. And this is going to be SignAgent 2, the brand new version. So that's the crucial information that we need, is just name, email, company name. If you have things like job title and phone number, that's great for us to have. Also really useful for us to have is, if you've been already doing this work in SignAgent with this client, is a link to their organization, so that we can see kind of what things look like. We can talk about specifics of their signage and wayfinding, and it really just helps us be more knowledgeable in that first conversation. And so that's all the information that we absolutely need. And so I'll submit that. And you can see now that this test person that we've submitted is pending, waiting approval from our team, just to say, yep, we've seen this. This looks like a valid lead, and we'll follow up on it. What we would request is, at this point, we can add a note. This note is, we've kept it free form so that whatever information you have, you can provide to us. And if you don't, that's fine too. These would be great things, like when I was saying, whether you want to handle the relationship or whether you want our sales team to handle it. That's where we can put this in, as well as what the opportunity size is in terms of number of users, or what else would be good? Maybe any additional pain points that this customer has. Say they specifically have had issues knowing what's on the wall, right? They have a really confusing database at the moment. And so what we're hoping to do is simplify. Knowledge like that can really help us make sure that this is successful. So once we've added that, you are ready to go. This is officially submitted. And if you want to be done at this point, that's all that's required. What Keyflow then lets us do is take these leads and see the status on them. You can see that I have some that are pending, some that have been converted and our team is working on. And you can see additional assets that our team has put in here, like case studies, different webinar recordings, which I'm sure this will be one that's all available to help you communicate to your clients about SignAgent. And then finally, we also have the rewards and payouts section here. So this lets me see, in this case, we didn't set a dollar value for these ones, but it lets us see that we are expecting to be paid out at the end of this quarter, how much and for which clients. So it's your one-stop shop that helps keep everything really contained and organized, and really just lets us have good visibility back and forth regarding these clients that you're sending our way. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm just going to scroll through the process that we just went through, and that's the whole program. So again, mostly what we're trying to do here is set up a relationship where you can send us leads, and we will make that as profitable for you as possible. This is where we can move into any questions about anything that we've gone over here.
So Alex, it looks like one just came in from Sean, and he's asking, how do we gain access to the Keyflow portal?
Gotcha. That's a great question. So what we'll do is, if you're interested in signing up for the program, is we'll get you set up both with a referral contract and also include a link to sign up for Keyflow. Again, it's totally free. It's through our portal. We'll be managing your account. Typically, we have one person who's a contact person who kind of handles everyone else. And it's up to your individual preferences if you'd like all of those leads to come through that one person, or if you want to get everyone on your team signed up so they can all submit leads individually as well. All right. Any other questions from the gallery?
Looks like we're pretty, a sign of a good, concise webinar is that there's not too many questions, I think. Only one more question came from James. How do we get started?
Gotcha. Okay, so next steps are going to be that we are going to send out a follow-up email after this webinar. It'll come directly from me. We'll have a recording of this, and if you're interested, basically just respond back that you'd like to receive more information about this, and what we'll send you is a contract basically outlining how much we pay for the referral agreement. It's a pretty simple thing, and we can get you signed up and going in under a day.
Thanks, Alex. We actually got a couple more questions come in. So first one from Chad. Do you need a SignAgent license to access Keyflow?
Gotcha. You don't need a SignAgent license for Keyflow. We've kept them separate so that, for example, like program managers that may not have admin access in SignAgent can still do the submittals in Keyflow. It's flexible for who you choose to be the point person there.
Awesome. Hopefully that's a good answer for you, Chad. And one more question that came in from Marika. Will SignAgent someday be available in multiple languages? They have a lot of German and French speaking customers.
Gotcha. So that's a bit of a longer term answer. We do have a German training in the works right now specifically for those markets. Some of the referral material is not going to be included in that. So it'll be on a case-by-case basis, but we can definitely work with you if you have a large client that isn't natively English speaking to move some of those resources that you are going to find the most helpful over and translate that.
It's worth noting as well that localization is in our development roadmap as well, for especially some of the more common European languages. So Marika, maybe we can have a longer conversation about that in the future once that gets a little bit closer, or if you are saying like, hey, here are some people who would be ready to move over, that helps us to prioritize what we're working on as well.
All right, any other questions? Okay, well, fantastic. I really appreciate everybody's time on this one. Again, watch for an email from me with a recording of this webinar, and I hope to hear from you soon regarding the program. So thanks so much, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday, folks.